This tutorial is on how to cut shirt sleeve, the long sleeve. Please use the subscription button. Thank you.
What we're about to cut now is long sleeve, right? The sleeve of the shirt. We just did a video on. Now you have the material is being folded into two here, right? Folded into two here. Now the next thing you're going to do is to fold off so that it will become into four places, right? Please, one thing you're going to notice to make sure here is enough to give you all the measurements from the round sleeve to the armhole and everything. So make sure it's more than enough. Like this is more than enough for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get a straight line from this edge, which is where the armhole will be gotten from. Now the sleeve length we're dealing with is sleeve 24, sleeve length 24 we're dealing with here. Now the armhole we will deal with here. On a male shirt, my armhole is usually the chest divided into 4, but this is a female shirt. I will do chest divided into 4 minus 1. Now the chest is how many again? 38, right? Divided into 4 is 9.5. I'm going to take out 1 inch and I'm going to be left with 8.5. This is a female shirt. Now, but from this point, the first thing first you are going to do here is you get at least 4 inches from this part, or 4.5 inches. It's still okay. Now, I will get 4 inches from this part. Now, from here now, I will get the length of my armhole, which is 8.5 from here now. This is 8.5, right? From here now, I will get 2.5 inches. This is the depth of the sleeve towards the shoulder area. And this is also the depth of the sleeve at the end area. Now, what you're going to do, if you have French curve on the sleeve, use it to connect these lines, this curve there. But if you don't have French curve, just connect it right. Now, this is what I'm going to do. Connecting these two lines. But get a French curve. I just want to do a freehand here so that you can see. This is my armhole curve on the sleeve, right? You see it, right? Now, the next thing you're going to do is to get the length. The length is 24, right? This is long sleeve. I need to have placket and cuff. This is 24, right? Now, the cuff, you know what cuff is? Cuff is this thing now. Now, the cuff here will be 2 inches. Now, what you're going to do is to take out the cuff, which is 2 inches from the 24. Now, we have 22 inches left. Now, this 22 inches left now, the next thing that is coming in here is the allowance. You have 2 allowances to add here, joining allowances to add here. You're adding ½ inch from towards this area, which will be for joining the sleeve to the body of the clothes, which is ½ inch. Now, you also have to consider ½ inch for joining the cuff. So this 22 now, you're going to add 1 inch, which is ½ inch for joining the cuff and ½ inch for joining the sleeve to the body of the shirt. So 22 plus 1 inch is 23. This is your sleeve length. 23. You get a straight line. Right? Now, the next thing you're going to do is the round sleeve. The round sleeve. Now, consider the length of the short sleeve. Where the short sleeve is usually, that's why when you're measuring, get short sleeve before getting long sleeve, so that you know the position of your round sleeve. Now, the short sleeve length of this lady is 8.5. You can do 9 as well to be safe. 8.5. You do 8.5 here. Now, the round sleeve is 13. What I will do, 13 divided into 2 is 6.5, right? I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance, joining allowance. This is it. Now, here, the cuff area. What do you do? What is the length? The first thing to consider is the length of the curve. The length of the curve here is 8 inches. Now, 8 inches is the total curve of this person. Now, what I'm going to do is to first of all consider this joining allowance, which is sewing allowance, which is ½ inch. We have 8.5. Now, you consider again the printing. You know, shirt is usually printed. You have 2. I print 2. Some people do once. Now, that 2, I usually add 2 inches to it. Now, you bring in 2 inches to the 8.5, which is 10.5 inches, right? 10.5 inches, right? You divide into 2. You have 5.2 inches. Now, you do 5.2 here. Now, usually, if you want to be safe on this, some people here is bigger than others. You know what this place is? The elbow part. This is the elbow, but beneath the elbow is bigger. So what you do while measuring these people is that, especially, except if it is a conventional measurement, but if it's not a conventional measurement, what you do is to get from the shoulder to the elbow part, beneath the elbow here. Then you do the circumference, which is the round. Then whatever it is, you do it here. You get the length, then you get the circumference. But since we don't have that, I will make sure that from this point, I am coming out to join the round sleeve. So what am I going to do? If you have, this curve is better. So I will use it to join it. This is your sleeve. Now let's trace out. This is your sleeve. Now, this is where most people have issue. The plackets. Some people, when you do it, it becomes left, right? After cutting your sleeve, please don't open. Don't open. Just fold it upwards like this. Whichever side you decide to cut this slit is okay. If I decide now to cut this slit here, it's okay. I will still get left and right. If I decide to cut it from this side, from beneath, it's okay. I'll still get right, left and right. What you do here now is, what I have here is almost 5.5. Now I will get the middle of it. The middle of it, right? Which is 2.5 quarter. Then I will do 4 inches from here. Right? If you want it to be deeper than this, you can go 5 inches or 6 inches. If it is male shirt that I'm making, I might go 6 inches or up to 5 inches. Now get a straight line. Now, when you are opening the slit, please make sure you are holding 2 pieces, not the 4 together. 2, down, 2, just 2. If you do 4 or 3, it's a problem. The sleeve is damaged. Now 2, and we cut open. On getting to the 4 inches, half inch away from the 4 inches, I will stop and I will notch. So this is it. Your sleeve is set. Now you try and mark the back and the front, especially when you are dealing with clothes that the inner interface or the inner facing is almost the same color with the front side. The next thing to do is to cut out the pieces I'm going to use for my placket. You know what placket is? We'll also do a video on plackets later. This is my sleeve.